Lord. The final part to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 4. Well, we found out what happened, y'all. We found out, and I want to pat myself on the back for recognizing bullshit when I saw it, okay? Because I totally recognize that Phaedra was like really pulling some fucking strings with this shit this season. And we basically found out in this 4-part reunion, okay, at the end, like we said, it did not have to be 4 parts, but we found out at the end that it has been Phaedra that has been putting all these lies out about Kandi and Todd. Now here's the difference, okay? Everybody wants to say that Phaedra was upset about Kandi and Todd hiding motorbikes and 4-wheelers and shit like that for Apollo when he went to jail. Let me tell y'all something. For one, who the fuck cares? Kandi really felt like, okay, you could be mad about that, but say you mad about that. Don't say that you're over it and then behind the scenes continuously lie about shit because I told the truth about something, namely the Mr. Chocolate situation. But we just gonna start off, with how it ended last episode, which was us finding out that Phaedra was the one that told Portia that Kandi told her she had planned to drug Portia. And it's like, bitch, how could you even come up out your mouth and say that? You know that wasn't true. And to say that Kandi told you that, Portia starts to cry. And y'all, at first I did kind of feel bad for Portia because I do think Portia is ditzy enough to believe what Phaedra is saying about somebody, regardless to what her relationship with that person is, if at the time she's finding herself to be more inclined to be favorable to Phaedra because they're closer at this moment. Her and Kandi were not even around each other a lot. So I guess it was easier in her head to believe Phaedra over Kandi. But let's be real. Kandi is not the type of person that is about to drug somebody and rape them when she's on a national television show and all of her various businesses are linked to the perception of her. They are linked to her brand. They are linked to how people see her. And nobody wants to buy sex toys from a rapist, bitch, okay? So I don't care what anybody says. I felt like this since Kandi said it, that Phaedra has been going around trying to degrade, okay, Kandi's business because she knows Kandi cares so much about her business, okay? She cares so much about all the business ventures that she has set up so that her children will never have to worry about money. And Phaedra, somebody who she considered a friend, whether they fell out or not, what happened or not, you blatantly as a fucking lawyer got on national television and lied, okay? First, you lied about the Shamia and Kandi situation. That was a bald-faced fucking lie. Then, behind the scenes, you lied to Portia numerous times after Portia came to you and asked you over and over again, Kandi said that? Really? That's true? And Phaedra's response is that somebody told her that. It was third-party information that she repeated, and maybe she shouldn't have repeated it. Maybe that wasn't the best move. Portia gets so fucking upset. She walks off set for a second, but she comes back and she's like, but why? Why would you use me as a pawn? If we're supposed to be friends, that makes me question if we're really friends. Ha ha. Last review, I said that, Portia, you may be being a real friend to Phaedra, but that bitch is not being a real friend to your ass, okay? And that all came out on this episode. They take a break because Kandi is like getting so fucking upset. She's like, and you know what? If I would push one of them bitches in their motherfucking face, then y'all would say I was wrong. Okay, I can't take it. I need a break. So she had to walk off, okay? Todd is holding her back and all of that. Todd was being extra. Him and Kenya on stage, oh, bitch, you lying. Drag a Portia. Oh, y'all acting y'all asses off. All of they little, commentary comments and shit like that were hilarious. But at some point, I was like, come on, Kenya, stop dipping in. But at the same time, them two bitches don't ever stop when somebody's reading Kenya. So, hey, Kenya, if you want to go in and let have, bitch, go ahead and do that, okay? Because I am so fucking through with the two of them. Yes, I am more angry with Phaedra than Portia because I feel like Phaedra is calculated and always fucking pulling strings. And even as she set her ass on that stage, backstage, she continues to hold up the lie, not really apologize, not say it why she did it in the first goddamn place. It's just fucking ridiculous. And then when she sat back down and they went over Kandi and Phaedra's relationship and how we've had all of these things happen from the Mr. Chocolate comment. And Kandi is like, the only reason I made the comment about chocolate melting in Phaedra's mouth is because Phaedra was out here trying to make it seem like I was not there for her during the separation from Apollo before he went to jail. But I felt like she was okay because she was telling me that she was in a serious relationship with somebody, she was seeing someone. And Phaedra is like, yes, you basically made it seem like I was fucking around on my husband. And it's like, no, that's not what she said. And if you were fucking around on Apollo, y'all was separated, he'd been fucking around on you, and he was going to jail. So Phaedra, at the end of the day, nobody was going to blame you, okay? I just feel like Phaedra is so mad at herself and at the perception of her marriage and how Apollo disrespected her. And because she cannot take the anger out on him, she decided to take it out on Kandi and vindictively go behind her back, behind the scenes, and fill Portia's mouth up with bullshit. And then Portia sprues it out to everybody, and then all this drama commences. And fucking Hawaii Kandi is standing there telling Phaedra, you know, girl, you know, like saying to Phaedra, girl, you know me, you know I wouldn't do this. And Phaedra sitting up there shaking her head, yeah, girl, I know. But then you didn't say anything. You threw Portia's ass under the bus and was gonna let that bus continue to roll over her fucking ass if it wasn't for the fact that Portia outed your ass on this reunion. That shit was fucking ridiculous. They all walk off and all of that. And I just want to mention that when Kenya was taking her break and having her conversation in the back with Brandon on the phone, and she was laying down, bitch, them titties ain't real. You can tell that, but when I seen that angle and that, whenever I see an indentation in a titty, bitch, that's implants. Don't do me. Kenya, why the fuck would you lie about having breast implants? Why would you lie about that? That don't make no damn sense. Okay, if everybody else has admitted it, we act a consultation with Cynthia looking at fake titties, and you want to be the only one in the room with fake titties talking about these are real. Cynthia even at some point says that, you know, they really took this shit way too far, okay? We all talk shit about one another, but to blatantly lie, and as a lawyer, same thing I said last review, as a lawyer, for you to continuously say that Kandi told you she was going to do this. How can you be so fucking vindictive and stupid to put your own livelihood at stake in order to fuck over her reputation? That has to say something about how deeply rooted Phaedra's fucked upness is. And we all know PKs have their issues, so I am not surprised. And we've been saying for years that Phaedra is phony and fake, but I did not think it would ever get to a point like this where you would blatantly lie and say that somebody was your friend would rape somebody. Bitch, seriously? Kandi should have fucking whooped Phaedra's ass, especially because every time they asked Phaedra a question, why did you do this? If she wasn't giving some sad ass, I'm sorry, she was just, bitch, really? No explanation? And you sit down and say how the person you're worried about the most is Portia because she's just, but you sat up there and said all that shit about Kandi. That was your friend too, bitch. And I'm sorry, but Kandi did nothing to deserve what you did. Even Portia said that. Todd and Kandi ain't never said or done nothing bad enough for you to outwardly lie. Enough to lie to your friend and say that Kandi told you that, bitch. Backstage, Portia is telling her sister what happened, and she's like, oh my God, I feel so bad with Kandi. And it's like, well, bitch, if you would have thought about this before, maybe you would have not said that on camera, okay? But Portia's whole thing was that I trust Phaedra. She's a lawyer. She got 5 degrees. I did not think that she would actually lie to me about something like this. Also, she asked Phaedra 2 days before the reunion was shot if this was true because she received that cease and desist from Kandi on that date. And she still lied about it. Still fucking lying, saying that Kandi told her she was going to drug and rape Portia. Bitch, let me tell you something. If Kandi can't whoop her ass, I'm gonna need Karma, one of the cousins, somebody to put their fucking hands on Phaedra. Because for you to sit up there and act like Don Juan and them talking shit about you behind your back is the equivalent to you blatantly telling a lie and using your friend as a pawn to further the lie is fucking ridiculous. Let me tell you something, Phaedra. For somebody that's supposed to be all in the church, you better know how you blocking your motherfucking blessings, sitting up there talking about let's do a restoration service, but being the issue from jump and never saying shit about it. Had ample opportunity over and over and over and over again to tell the truth about what happened, and you never did. You a low down dirty bitch, and I hope somebody whoop your ass. That was fucked up. And it was hurtful to Kandi for her to see that not only will you say anything about me, but you don't even give a fuck once you've been brought to task. Once it's been put out there and you've been admittedly put out there as a fucking liar, and you say nothing, show no real remorse, just sit there cold stone faced. I could not believe that shit. I could not believe it. I'm not gonna say I couldn't believe it, but I can't. Just because like you would think that she would have some type of response and say, well, you know what? Yeah, I was really pissed off. I was really fucking mad. Then we find out that on top of the rape and the lesbian fucking with Shamia lie, you also lied about the whole Marvin thing. You the one that told Portia that Todd was going to New York, calling himself Marvin, trying to fuck on broads and shit like people wouldn't know who he was. And Kandi's like, and I knew that was a lie because ever since Todd's mom passed away, he has not felt comfortable going to New York without me. And he had not even went to New York without me one time that year. So the fact that she would even say that, it was a blatant lie from jump, but Portia didn't have a problem running her fucking mouth about everything that Phaedra told her without questioning it one time, which further makes me feel like Portia is a motherfucking idiot. And yes, your friend does have you out in these streets looking like a damn fool, looking like a motherfucking liar, bitch. Yes, she does, okay? And that's your fault. Shamia came backstage with Portia and tried to talk to her and tell her you cannot continue to let people use you in this way. And she get mad. Just be present. Just be present. Just be present. Fuck being present. You need to hear this shit because your fucking ass sitting on stage getting the brunt of all of this shit while your friend sitting next to you didn't say a fucking word to save you, and she had so many opportunities too, and she never once tried to save you, Portia. Bitch, y'all better not be friends. And let me tell you another thing, Bravo. Get Phaedra's ass the fuck off this show. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about how she kept the drama going. I don't care how entertaining you thought this shit was. If you are not going to share your life, if you're not going to be honest about the things going on with you, about your feelings towards the other people on the cast, get your fucking ass off this show since you have so much to hide and you don't want to give. Get off the fucking show. There are plenty of young girls in Atlanta with money that got husbands that would love to come on this show and be a real housewife of Atlanta and show you what's going on in their life. But no, we gotta sit up here and have fucking vindictive ass Phaedra lying about her relationships, lying about who she fucking with, lying about other castmates blatantly. We gotta deal with that all because it was entertaining? Fuck out of here. I want Phaedra gone. I want Phaedra gone. And it's not just because of the lies she told about Kandi. It's also because of how she refuses to actually be a part of the show and showing what's going on with her life. Get the fuck off the show. Kandi was crying and talking about how people was under her comments, calling her Bill Cosby and shit. That fucked with her money. I'm sure it did. And even if it didn't, to put it out there and have herself attached to a lie like that. And yes, today Kandi has been vindicated for any of you stupid motherfuckers that ever thought she actually would do something like that. But it's just the point that you would even do that you would even say that you would even put that out there, Phaedra. Oh my God, bitch. Oh my God. You know, at some point they were talking about Johnny. This is not in order, y'all. I'm just telling y'all what was said and how I feel about it. At some point we started talking about Johnny and how Phaedra was being vindictive by working with him and taking him to a lawyer. And of course she's saying the same shit she's been saying. Oh, it's my obligation as a lawyer and I just went with him because he asked. Blah, 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 bitch. Why? So the fuck what he asked. Say no. Say no, but you couldn't say no. You had to keep on with it, right? Because you were underlyingly trying to fuck over Kandi. That's really what it is. And I wish that you would be honest about your emotions. Even after Andy asked you, you couldn't be honest about your emotions. And Kandi was like, now, it would be fucked up if I were to bring Angela Stanton on this show so we could talk about her book and how she called your ass a fraud. If I would have done that, I would have been so wrong. But that's the equivalent of what the fuck you did with Johnny, even though Johnny's ass is full of shit and I paid him. And now he got a lawsuit against me so he can keep trying to milk me for money so I can pay his lawyer's fees and shit. Like, he's milking me for money, $168,000, bitch, because of you and your fucked up ass calculations. All right, something that is very untrue. Candy said, I gave, whether you was a private contractor or you work for me on a daily basis, I gave everybody a bonus last year. So not only did I pay you for what the work you did and what we agreed upon, I gave you a fucking bonus for you to turn around and try to fuck over me like this. Y'all, that's why I've always been on Candy's side with this. Even when Candy was upset and crying and shit and wanted the cameras to get out of her face, Candy said, I'm sorry, y'all, but I need a break. She was very respectful of those camera people. When she could have just said, get the fuck out my face, get the fuck out my dressing room, she could have had a much more stank-ass attitude. So to me, in a time of her being so upset and to still be courteous with them camera people, that lets me know that you're probably not going around here just treating the people that work for you any old kind of way. But we did put Angela Stanton on the motherfucking map. Okay, Angela Stanton even came to the OLG restaurant for the viewing party last night, and she showed up and said that, and even showed the paperwork on another Instagram post that I saw, that she won her case from Phaedra. Phaedra forfeited her rights, okay, to argue anything about that book. That lady can sell that book, and that book is on Amazon, bitch, okay? The book is on Amazon.com. I checked it, okay? So, you was lying up there on stage, and we was able to fact check that shit right quick, fast, and a hurry. Angela Stanton came on the show and said, bitch, you're lying. I can sell my book, and I'm gonna tell you where it's at, okay? Angela Stanton, I'm gonna have to read this book, okay? I'm gonna have to read this book, okay? Candy was like, when the girl originally came to me, I said, girl, take that book away from me. I don't want no parts of that shit. Candy could have done that at any point in time. She could have brought that shit up, and she never did, okay? Now, they did get to how she called Nene out for putting Cynthia's business out there after they stopped being friends. And Candy said that that was fucked up when Mad Day come. Okay, well, Candy says, as a reply to what she did with the Mr. Chocolate thing, which was kind of the same thing, she said, you know what, Mad Day did come, and I might have been dead ass wrong, but I was really hoping that she and I will reconcile our relationship, and it just never happened. And every time I tried, and every time I thought we were okay, something else would happen, and it would just get worse and worse. So at the end of the day, Mad Day came, and I told the motherfucking truth, and I wouldn't have said that if she wouldn't have been out here pandering to people, trying to make them think that I was not being there for her as a friend. Like, Candy didn't have enough shit going on in her life, new husband, having a baby, you over there with the motherfucking man, and they're gonna sit up there and act like I'm leaving you destitute as a friend, okay? They even talked about how wrong Mama Joyce was for saying she wouldn't spit in her stomach if her ass was on fire. Or spitting them out if her guts was on fire. It's just the face. You gotta get the face right when you say that shit. They asked Phaedra how she found out about Apollo's fiance. And she said that somebody from the jail called her and told her. And I'm like, yeah, somebody from the jail called you and told you, bitch. Somebody from the city called you and told you. Goddamn, Phaedra, how many people in the underworld do you have links to, bitch? Okay? Shady as fuck. Basically, y'all, that was everything that happened, okay? They ended it with a cake to Cynthia for being fabulous at fucking 50, and we just gonna go ahead and let this go, because ain't nobody reconciling shit. I don't even think Portia and Phaedra are gonna be friends after this shit, because you showing the fuck through your friend under the bus. She could have been sued for putting that out there, and she said it herself. I didn't say she did it, I asked her, but it's still the point that it has now been put out there on national television that she could have possibly been trying to rape you. That shit, y'all. Phaedra need to ass whoop. Portia need to go back to fucking school since she wanna act so fucking stupid all the time. And Cynthia, you do look fabulous for 50. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Ain't shit else happened. I mean, we ain't talking about nobody else. Kenya didn't have a lot of drama. Sheree feels empowered. Good for fucking them. Okay? But I'm still, still in awe at this shit. I don't want Phaedra back on the show. I don't. Okay? Bravo, get it the fuck together. Okay? Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications and come back for the next show.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my swag.